Thompson Center presents Extreme Pursuits with Mark Kayser. Kayser is enjoying some pre-rut whitetail action in the big timber of eastern Kansas.
Fortunately, last year, I got an opportunity to hunt this property, so I wasn't coming in cold. I knew the layout of the land, I knew where most of the deer like to hang out, where they like to feed, and where they like to bed. We saw some big bucks last year. In fact, I had an encounter with a giant 5x5, matching sticker points, and just couldn't put it together. But at 5, 6 years of age, he's one of those bucks that has become almost to the point of unkillable unless he makes a huge, big slip up. If you do run up against an unkillable buck, and all bucks are killable in the right circumstance, but if it's truly one of those bucks that's going to take a major slip up, you need to be more aggressive, more extreme in your hunting. So with that information in hand, I thought this year was going to be really good.
I think one of the reasons there's so many deer in this area is most people think of Kansas as being flat, but we're in eastern Kansas where, as you can see around here, there's big draws, big deep canyons. It's almost like the Ozarks in a lot of ways. And offers the deer a lot of protection from the weather and from visibility from people seeing them. You have a chance to see a monster at any time. So you just know there's always potential. The genetics around here in this area where there's always a chance. When you're in the woods, there's always that excitement, just like when you go fishing that you might catch the giant bass.
With all this anticipation, what could possibly happen to put a damper on a trip like this?
What happened? Horrible weather for whitetail hunting. Winds, they were gusting 30, 40, and upwards. Now, even though it's pre-rut and whitetails love to move no matter the conditions, high winds make those big bucks just a little nervous.
The one thing about hunting in Kansas, you never know what the day's going to bring as far as the wind, the rain. It could be 70 one day, the next day it could be 25 and with 40-mile-an-hour north winds. You just never know.
When we arrived, it was beautiful. We set up stands, and then it all fell apart. They just weren't moving, at least during the daylight hours, shooting hours, when I had my opportunities. What could I do? Nothing but sit it out. The forecast was for 3 or more days of high winds. We've run up against some of the toughest conditions you can ever get. Even though we're in the pre-rut, we had a full moon to start the hunt. It's starting to diminish right now, but hot temperatures. Every day it's been in the 70s. Today again, it's supposed to be 75. It's probably 65 right now. And we're getting high winds. All these things combined, again, even with the rut going, not good for getting a buck underneath your tree stand. Whitetails, they hear and know everything that's going on in their home. They are masters of their domain. So if you want to hunt them aggressively, go in and set up a tree stand right under their nose. It needs to be a quiet tree stand setup. Here's what I suggest. An aluminum tree stand. It's lightweight, easy to maneuver when you're up there. That way you won't be clanking stuff as you're setting up the tree stand. Next, look at climbing steps or sticks. That way it's just one big piece and you're not fumbling with a lot of little those tree steps. And make sure they have the cloth wraps that have a ratchet strap to them. That way you're not up there clanging and clamping and all those banging noises. That deer will know something's going on. If you follow these guidelines, when that whitetail comes home, he's never going to know you're right there in his bedroom.
Extreme Pursuits is brought to you by Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker. HuntingClub.com, the official site of the North American Hunting Club. Field Logic, IQ bow sights with retina lock technology. Center the dot for the perfect shot. And by Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable.